You on Tuesday were part of a vote.
Yes.
It was almost unanimous. One guy held out for whatever reason. The vote was to release the entirety of the Epstein files. Do you think they will release the entirety of the Epstein files?
No.
You do not?
No. I don't trust this guy for one moment. In fact, he has acted this entire time like somebody who really has something to hide. But sometimes, not most of the time, but sometimes enough public sentiment can be built and some measure of justice can be brought. And the public sentiment is what drove my Republican colleagues to do the right thing, not because of anything inside them and certainly not because of anything from the president.
See, I see. Except for a couple of Republican colleagues who seemed like they were voting with you all along.
And the most unlikely of
the most unlikely, the most puzzling woman of the year, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yes. And you know what? I will take her in our coalition if it helps people. Like the next discharge petition, by the way, that's what forced this vote, is to lower health insurance costs. Yeah. Which is crazy that they would want to let that lapse. And if she wants to join our coalition, you know, I can put the crazy aside and bring her under the tent. And we need to be more open to people who are willing to do that. But it just shows, like, there is strength in numbers against this guy, right? Like, he wants to pick you off one by one. And the four of those who stood up against him, they can go get more friends and show that we are stronger together. But if they just shrink and they hide and they allow themselves to be picked off, that's when he's stronger. And with the Epstein vote, we showed that we and justice and those victims were stronger.
And yet, you don't feel like necessarily, you're not convinced that we are going to get to see everything. That is it possible that Trump didn't do anything, that he is not guilty of anything in these files that we're going to see?
So I was a prosecutor up in Oakland, and we would tell every jury whenever you had like a defendant who went out of their way to like destroy evidence or conceal evidence or hide evidence, that's a consciousness of guilt. And you can use that behavior to imply or infer they did something wrong. I'll just say this. He's not acting like somebody who has nothing to hide, and we shouldn't take him at his word. But this, to me, is just a motivating factor for why we have to be in the majority. The majority matters. It means subpoena power, accountability, power of the purse. And these guys, they think they're invincible. They think either they're never going to lose an election because they'll try and rig them and make it harder to vote, or two, that when we get into the majority, we won't have the balls to hold them accountable. We have to show them they're going to be in the witness chair. I hope everything they've done, every deal they've struck, every university president that they've picked off, every entertainment company that they've tried to, work with. But when you zoom out, I think it's important to recognize that, there's an even bigger issue at stake here, right? That he's trying to bury the Epstein files when people just wanted him to lower costs. And we're in a place now where if you, go after him, he weaponizes his DOJ to go after you. If you make a joke about him, he tries to take you off the air. And if you're a governor of a blue state and he doesn't like you, he goes after your cancer research funding. And Jimmy, I have to tell you, he's going after our cancer research funding in California. We've got some of the best research universities in the world. It's a little personal to me. You lost your best friend last week. I lost my best friend 2 months ago. My mom passed, and she passed from cancer. And people in California expect that, you're going to invest in cancer research, not cut it. I think a budget is a moral document, but also an IQ test. And it has to be the dumbest thing in the world, to kill cancer research when we should be focusing on killing cancer.
And it doesn't just hurt people in California. Obviously, it hurts people that research is shared and all over.
And they're counting on California to get it right? Because the research done here helps people across the country.
You grilled the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, at length about these files. And forgive me for sticking to these files, but it's what's going on right now. And I'm very curious about it because I think after all of this, we want to know if we're going to learn anything from them. We have a clip of that, I believe.
You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
You can characterize the numbers however you want it.
Claiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times.
It's not. It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
You grilled the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, at length about these files. And forgive me for sticking to these files, but it's what's going on right now. And I'm very curious about it because I think after all of this, we want to know if we're going to learn anything from them. We have a clip of that, I believe.
You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
You can characterize the numbers however you want it.
Claiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times. Which
It's not.
means
It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Turned out it was at least 1,600
I
times.
should have gone higher. I was going in the wrong direction.
So he's seen these files. He knows what the answer is, or at least he has a general idea. I'm sure he didn't count it up with an abacus or something like that.
And he's got the shovels out, with everyone else there to try and bury them because, again, this is to the MAGA movement. If you're like making a cake, this is a main ingredient. This is the flour. And they're demanding it. And they ran on this that every villain in their universe was going to be in the files. And it turns out like the guy who's mentioned the most, is the guy they work for. So I wouldn't count on them one bit. So that's why to me it's support, the survivors. And even Thomas Massie has said that if they do not come out, he's going to go to the floor and read the names of the clients, but put us in the majority and we can cut our time by hell in half and expose every person to be held accountable.
You are being now personally investigated by the Justice Department, as are a number of Democrats that Trump doesn't like. Suddenly they're looking into mortgage fraud. What's the story with that?
It's, of course, nonsense. Just like going after Adam Schiff for mortgage fraud is nonsense. Going after Tish James is nonsense. Going after Miss Cook, the Fed governor, is nonsense. And, shocking, I'll break it to you now, Jimmy. He's probably going to go after someone next week, and it will also be nonsense. But if he thinks for 1 second that me, Schiff, Cook, Tish James are going to hide under the bed or shrink or just go quiet, we're not. We're not. And what the American people are saying right now is they want Donald Trump out of our homes, out of our streets, out of our lives, and out of this studio.
And yet it's hard to imagine that happening. What do we do? What are we going to do? How do you stop this?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. I love California. It's the greatest country in the world. Greatest country in the world. But that's why it pisses me off to see Californians running through the fields where they work from ICE agents or troops in our streets.
It's horrifying.
It's horrifying.
It's absolutely
or cancer research
horrifying.
Being canceled. It's awful to look at. And our state, this great state, needs a fighter and a protector, someone who will bring prices down, lift wages up. And we can say that we're the 4th largest economy in the world, and we are, and I love to brag about that. But what does that mean if you can't afford to live here? So I've been in these fights as a city council member up in Dublin, my hometown, as a prosecutor in Oakland, and taking on the most corrupt president ever in the U.S. Congress. But I'm ready to bring this fight home. So I came here tonight, Jimmy, to tell you and your audience that I'm running to be the next governor of California. I'm excited to do it. Yeah.
You know what?
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
Now, if I may, you're going to have to figure out the beard if you want to be governor.
You mean like go in the witness protection program?
Well, no, you're either going to have to go more beard or less beard because you're in a beard nether region right now that we can't have.
Yeah. Well, thank God the best hair is term limited, and so.
Yes, right. Yes. So just think about maybe either a shave or go full Dave Letterman. One of those two things. Yeah. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah,
like
full Dave.
I would like a prospector type. You are from Northern California. Why not shine a light on that?